Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And SandyClaws.
And AdvBlueDude.
Wow, that was way more enthusiastic than you usually are, Adventure
Damn it,
Blue
I try.
Dude. And tonight, we're talking Mr. Banks. Okay, guys, we have not done one of these in a while. I actually did one for the Tron ride that opened up in Shanghai, but that was a solo video that I did. But we're going to be talking about something that has hit the Disney fan community, and it's a little bit polarizing, but I think most people are in favor of it right now because it's funny because I feel like before this project hit and before we saw the POVs, we were pretty much, maybe with the exception of Dragon here, not in favor of this ride. Now that I see the POV, I've got to admit I am in favor of this ride. So we're talking about the frozen overlay of Maelstrom from the Norway pavilion of EPCOT's World Showcase. Adventure Blue Dude, do you want to explain why it upset you so much that this kind of happened in the first place without getting into your opinions on what you think of the overlay?
So Frozen Ever After / the Frozen expansion basically shat on what EPCOT was. Where, like, they decided to mostly disregard the culture of Norway and put in a ride based on a popular movie that was inspired by the architecture of the country that it is currently sitting in. So that was my main problem, is that, like, it makes sense for the Three Caballeros to be Mexico because it's, like, talks about Mexican history and stuff. But it doesn't make sense for Frozen because there's nothing to do with Norway. It's the magical kingdom of Arendelle, not Oslo. So yeah.
And you were also a big fan of Maelstrom, right?
Yes and no, I was. It was the B movie of attractions.
So you were excited to see that go.
Oh my god, it was spectacular. It wasn't amazing, but that's why I loved it.
Oh, good. Okay, anyone else have any memories of Maelstrom from Disney World? Dragon?
Nope. No? Not one. My parents have been to EPCOT. I have not.
You've not been to EPCOT, really? Okay.
All I really knew about it as a kid is just the giant golf ball. That's really all I knew about it.
Fair enough. Sandy,
That's still all I know about it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm sorry.
And World's the one I'm familiar with. Let me make that clear. Out of all these guys usually talking about Disneyland, I'm the World guy here. So
okay.
That's.
Okay, so let's go round table. Adventure Blue Dude, we'll save you for last. Why don't we start with BlueDragonFive? We'll kind of make a sandwich out of you blue folks.
You know that really hurts when you keep screwing up our names. You keep switching who we are. Yeah, it really hurts.
I know it hurts. I know it
feel
hurts.
objectified.
I want you to know that, all right?
Well, you should feel objectified because you're objects, because you're fucking blue people. Have some normal skin, goddammit.
I will backhand you, Tiki, if you use my name today. I swear to God, I will backhand you until my knuckles crack.
My character role is just someone who's brutally racist against blue people. What can I say?
I will go Django on your butt. Oh, God. I'll go Blue Django on you.
Well, Blue Dragon.
I'm gonna find Christoph Waltz, and we're gonna blow up a dentist cart until. Okay, anyway.
Dragon, what do you think of this overall?
Overall, I mean, I was very pleased with this. I mean, I had no familiarity with Maelstrom before, and I watched the POV of that ride, just kind of get a little bit familiar going into this. Again, I just watched like a few kind of POVs. It's not the same thing as having the experience of the ride. Same thing of this. I mean, just from what I can see of this ride, what we're about to kind of, I guess, go through. But again, just the announcement of like a Frozen ride, and with any ride, believe me, guys, I can sympathize on some level the whole Back to the Future, Turn to the Simpsons thing. Just like when a ride is overlaid with something else, there is a sadness there, and you do have reverence for the old ride, especially if the old ride was really something superior. In this case, again, I had no prior experience with Maelstrom, and I do have a lot of reverence for Frozen. I got to tell you, this overall is watching Maelstrom after I saw this ride. I think either way, New York, I still have the same opinions. Is that Maelstrom? It looks beautiful, it does, and it looks fun, you know, with the way the kind of the ride operates. But I got to tell you though, it didn't seem as exciting and as immersive as this ride, and I really loved. I love how immersive and how kind of this celebrates kind of the Frozen story. I have two minor gripes with it, but I'm loving this ride. I think it's great.
Okay. Sandy?
Well, I didn't know about this ride until today, When Jacob
Well,
told
it's
me
funny
about it.
because Disney has done very little marketing on it, which led many people to believe Disney wasn't happy with it. But I guess that's not really the case because most people who have ridden it seem to really like it. But go ahead, Sandy.
It's got 300-minute waits.
Right, right.
Well, I watched the video and I learned that it was Dark Ride, and I completely fell in love with it because I love dark rides. I watched the full video, and I really don't know what I was expecting. I guess something more like a storyline, like with the movie, like following the different plot points of the movie, which isn't really what they did at all. That's pretty much what I was expecting. But again, I absolutely, you know, the visuals and the ride and the animatronics are amazing.
Oh yeah.
I think right up there with the Jack Sparrow in Shanghai Disney, of course.
And the Davy Jones in Shanghai Disney.
Yeah, of course. I'm not a big fan of the what's it? Dang it, the projections, the face projections. But
Really?
yeah,
I have mixed feelings on those myself.
I can work with it. You know,
I think the animation on the animatronics itself looks really good. I do agree that the faces are kind of.
It really bugged me when you could see it up close when Anna and Elsa were together at the end of the ride. I didn't really care for it then. I thought, you know, I couldn't really tell when it was just Elsa up there on her little porch singing. Mm-hmm. But
her porch.
Her ice balcony. I don't know.
There you go, balcony or bridge, something.
But I do like it. I really do like it. I think it's really, really what's the word? Magical, I guess. It's really magical, and I love that they added another dark ride into Disney World. I first thought it was Disneyland. This was added into, but Disney World, hence EPCOT and everything. So there's my little spiel on that.
Yeah, Sandy, I want to say dark rides are also really cool. That's one I understand completely why you love that.
And just to clarify, this is a boat ride. I mean, it's a dark ride for sure, but you do understand it's in boats and not.
That's a little bit of both, you know. You're riding on a boat, but still, it's a really problem. It's a dark ride. It's a cool looking dark ride, but with the advent of like you're riding in a boat, it's fun.
Okay, I'm gonna quote Monkey when I say this. My opinion of this ride is, oh crap, I like it. I think I really like it.
Wait, sorry.
Okay, so Sandy, it's funny that you mentioned that you were expecting this to just be a rehash of the movie. I was entirely expecting that. That's been something that Disney's been doing, especially with the Little Mermaid dark ride that came out a few years ago. Total rehash of the movie. Totally doesn't really make any sense as a story. But this I've got to praise Disney for. Because Disney went above and beyond in delivering an experience that's a sequel to the movie, that's not too complicated, or it's not too complicated, but it also doesn't feel superfluous like Frozen Fever did. I think it's kind of like it's a healthy medium where the story of this ride is pretty simple. It's just basically like Elsa is opening her ice palace to the public, and we're all invited to go.
Yeah,
that's like a nice simple epilogue of a story that you don't really need a ton of investment in. It's a good setup for a theme park attraction. I was blown away by the fact that they actually took the time to rewrite the song lyrics and everything like that to reflect the story. To me, that's just going above and beyond. To me, I give them a gold star for effort in that regard, because I am sick and tired of seeing dark rides that are just like, okay, the first scene of the movie, and then the second scene of the movie, and then the third scene of the movie, and so on and so forth.
I mean, as much as, you know, we like something like Peter Pan, it does kind of do that. You know, we kind of just go through the ride. And
well,
we go through the movie.
Peter Pan, I think, is a bit of a different story, because Peter Pan is mostly a ride built on set pieces and not individual scenes.
Okay, that's fair. But in Cat in the Hat, though, I mean, no, it's a different part. But that one's, I think, is a little more in line with what you're talking about. You really go through every scene of that book.
I think Little Mermaid and Alice in Wonderland both fall in the category of just going through the different plot points of the movie.
Alice in Wonderland falls into that category, but at the same time, Wonderland, there is some change up there, and Wonderland's just so kooky. Like, I guess the only change up with Wonderland is that you go to the Mad Tea Party last.
Yeah, exactly.
After the Queen. Pinocchio is a good one. Snow White, for the most part, follows it, except there's some wonky things at the end. But, no, I think the best dark rides are the ones like this, where they tell, where they tell a story that's separate from just like, okay, this is how the movie went down, guys.
I mean, it's nice they have like one moment in the ride that kind of does that job. It kind of catches you up, and basically our rock trolls. They kind of just quickly kind of summarize what happened there.
And when I saw that, I was like, oh no, the rest of the ride is gonna be like this. It's like Scuttle and the Little Mermaid ride. Oh god. Because Scuttle and the Little Mermaid ride pisses me off. It's just like, let me tell you a story that you've all watched 150,000 times on VHS. A story that you're super familiar with.
Yeah. Just quickly, effectively, just going to summarize. Okay, basically, Elsa saved her. Elsa and Anna had this moment, saved each other, and then they're best buddies now.
Right. Okay, but no, overall, I really like this. I think the animatronics are some of the most impressive that Disney's ever done. I'll agree with Sandy to a certain extent. I don't necessarily like the face mapping, especially at the end, but we'll get into all that. So, I will end the suspense right now. AdvBlueDude, my god, what did you think of this?
And none hatches, folks.
I quite like it.
Yeah!
Okay. Yeah, alright.
And, I have quite a few problems with it, but generally I quite like it. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the face mapping either, though I really don't like it on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train either, or in the Electrical Parade. Like, I like that they built on the story, even though the story is kind of meh, because it's not really conveyed well. It's like just the first scene, Olaf's like, "Hey, you're going to Elsa's castle, I guess," and then there's no other mention of it. And then there's Let It Go, and then you leave, and then it's summer. And, I really like what they did with the queue. They did really great things with the queue. They used what used to be the theater very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
I very much like something else. What was my other point? I had another point. I very much like the use of the track layout because they moved the load. I believe what they did was they moved the load and unload to where unload was originally in Maelstrom.
Okay.
And then right along, like in between Olaf and the troll scene. That might be a lie. Somewhere around there. Somewhere in that general area is where load used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really clever, and I wasn't expecting them to do that much with the layout. And it was a good way. It was a smart way to extend the ride.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I quite liked it.
Okay, so I guess the only thing else to go through is the actual ride.
Well, wait, hold on. Before we do that, because in this video we don't seem to have it, so we should talk about it. Kind of, you mentioned we were talking about kind of the queue and kind of the ride layout with Oaken's trading post.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to. I love the amount of details in there. Also has the bit of that's kind of summarizing the ride of it's a celebration of the castle is it's open to the public in celebration of when Elsa saved her sister, and then Anna saved. When the sisters saved each other, and we see like Duke of Wesselton's like on a wanted poster. We have all these little details that are shown around there. This really cool thing. I think we pitched at some point. By the way, I think we've talked about doing something like this. Not us personally. I'm saying if we've ever talked about the Frozen, I think I could have sworn, Tiki, we've mentioned like seeing Oak in like a little virtual window or something.
We might have.
Points. I love seeing kind of Oaken like interacting with the people, like making little fog drawings and like kind of saying hello, and it's Chris Williams coming back doing the voice. It's a lot of fun. I love the detail in the set there. It looks just like the location.
I think Oaken is like a very appropriate person to use for the safety spiel.
Yeah, again, I love the Oaken's kind of her overhead voice, and it's so much great details put into this ride. Where I really love just seeing kind of the walkthrough, walking into the ride. It's like, it gives you such great experience. Like you walked into the movie, and now get ready to kind of it's very, as you'll see as the ride's about to get started. There's going to be a lot of you're journeying through the ride, and you get like reminded what the movie's. Journeying through the movie, and you get a sense of what the movie was about. But again, it's an epilogue. These little tag at the end of the movie, just showing, okay, well, this is what would happen next. It's not like you're seeing Frozen 2 or anything, but it's it's like a little capper saying, hey guys,
This is exactly what they're going to base Frozen 2 off of. This right here.
God. Don't tell
Well,
me
again,
that.
we might get that snowman bar I kept pitching in our Frozen 2
Oh, God.
speculation. I want that snowman bar.
I know you do. I know you do. Okay, so without further ado, anyone else have anything to say about the queue?
No, it's nice. It's wide open, which I quite like.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right, so let's get to it then. So you
Alright.
pass this little hold on, past that little village right there, kind of the loading area.
Right, operator.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love the lighting in this whole ride here. Is they have like a little tangly kind of frozen the little
Frozen
beads.
vines, yeah.
Yeah, frozen vines that we saw in the movie when we first met Olaf, and here we go, we're meeting Olaf. So again, they're homaging the first movie. They're homaging the movie.
Okay, this animatronic is freaking mind blowing.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I lost my mind when I
is-
saw how good this was.
This is probably the best animatronic in the ride.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would
I
say.
would wager to say this might be one of the best animatronics ever.
I agree. Because
Yes.
Elsa's really good, but as you look at her more, you realize more that only the arms have movement.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's really weird when it's just like a perfectly like still body with arms going like that. And it's not that it's not impressive, because it is, but Olaf has full movement, which is
Yeah,
absolutely
full movement.
incredible.
Sven's pretty good too when we see him later on. Sven's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But Olaf, yeah, you're right. Oh my God, Olaf.
Yeah,
still the whole thing.
this looks like they just pulled it right from the movie and put it,
It
in
does,
the,
it does.
Yes, so mind-blowingly cool.
It's kind of a fun little callback to Olaf and Sven from the teaser that they're hanging out together.
Yeah, a lot of clever stuff going on here. Again, I love the snow effect. It's like little glistening specks on them too, like crystallized ice.
Alright, don't quote me. I believe either right here or right around this corner is where Load used to be.
Okay, okay.
And like here's where we get the recap. Again, all we really need to know about the movie doesn't give anything away from the movie. Just shows you kind of the quick moment where it's one of the big huge moments of the movie. And we don't see it in its entirety because I would have spoiled it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But for some odd reason, everyone's going on this ride not having seen it. But also, I love that it's not like on a screen or anything. It's being conjured magically, and that looks really cool.
Uh-huh. Do you see that same sort of conjuring effect in the movie? So.
Oh yeah, really cool. And just again says now they're best buddies. Yeah.
Like I said, I like this scene kind of freaked me out when I first saw it because I was just like, oh god, now the rest of the movie is just going to be a fucking recap of the rest of the ride is going to be a recap of the movie. But no, that's
Tonally, it's a soft recap, which is nice.
right, right. But I don't really consider it a recap though. I do consider like, I mean, you're right. We do go and we see, we've got the Let It Go and everything, but.
Nice how they weave in all the songs from the movies. And then we have like kind of the Frozen Heart thing being played at some point. And it's like they kind of weave all the songs.
The Frozen Heart theme's playing.
Yeah, it's just nice how they kind of weave it all together. But again, it's tailored specifically to the ride, and it's like homages to the movie without just being a total like. And then this happened, and this, and this.
This is a lift hill, right, Blue Dude?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, thought so.
This is where Odin used to be.
Okay,
Saying,
okay.
the eternal lines, you are not the first to pass this way, nor shall you be the last.
Right, right.
Many who seek the spirit of Norway, I don't remember, it's been a while, face peril and danger, but more often find beauty and charm. And this is where the first Viking scene was. And this is okay, a blinking snowflake, I guess.
Yeah. Go back to that blinking snowflake. I think it's a little pointless.
Yeah. That used to be a burning house. Where,
That would have been kind of depressing
pillaging.
if they kept that.
No, I did kind of
Kept magical wonder and sisterly love, and also burning house.
I'm like,
They
why
could have
is
kept
this-
that. They could have kept that burning house and keep everything else the same, and nothing would have been changed.
Oh god.
Hey, people burning to death that obviously our protagonist could save them.
It would have been great. The house is burning. Olaf is ice skating in the background. And then,
Oh, this looks great though. Look at this.
It
Yeah.
does. I don't think it's quite as impressive as the other one, but it's
It's
still it's a
true.
really good effect.
Yeah.
No, because
I don't think
he's
the
just on
movement-
one leg.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. So the
cool.
movement isn't quite as fluid.
Yeah.
It's more obvious that he's kind of moving on a conveyor, but it still looks good.
Oh, yeah. Ah, yes, here we go.
I really like this scene, actually. I surprisingly
There's my girl.
like this scene. This scene, it's like, you know, you got to have this song in the ride somewhere, but it's not just a recap. It's like it's after the movie. You know, we see Kristoff participating in. I don't believe we see Kristoff participating in any songs other than "Reindeers Are Better Than People," if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, it's the only song he has.
So
That's
it's
the thing
nice to
Christoph
see.
didn't
It's
really
nice to see
sing.
Kristoff sing. It's nice to see. You know, he's playing guitar. He's getting into it.
This scene feels slightly like an afterthought to me.
Yeah.
Where, like, they design the ride and, like, shit, we don't have Anna or Kristoff.
And Tiki, I believe it's a mandolin.
Oh well. Okay.
Maybe.
That is... It's more lootish.
Yeah, it's some kind of instrument, guitar thing.
Yeah.
Well, no, I remember I really liked the kind of Anna was addressing the audience in the ride. I thought that was really nice. You know, it's like, oh, okay, that feels really neat.
I don't know, Adventure Balloon. I like it. I like the star effect that they have. I mean, look at all these stars and all the snowflakes and everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like it. It just feels a little bit like an afterthought.
Okay.
To me.
I like this.
That's hilarious.
I like Sven.
Yeah. Tongue gag.
I triple dog dare ya.
Here we go. Here's the
Here we
spectacle.
go.
I love how this pays off. By the way, how we kind of see the light, the like ice creation effects on either side. Then we get jettisoned back. It's not as impressive as kind of the way the ride moved in the original, from what I noticed, but I still really do kind of like how it kind of moves us back. We get like a big plume of ice coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the body use this line.
Yeah, you're right. The body
Yeah, I'm
does not.
seeing the arms.
There's no movement.
I don't
The
know that-
arms are going goddamn everywhere.
I don't know. If you look, I mean, the body moves a little bit. Adventure Blue. I mean, it's like you get a sense of a footstep here and there. I mean, it's kind of. Again, she doesn't really move a lot in that scene though when she's in that pose.
She doesn't. Wait, do you mind backing up like
Yeah,
5
hold on.
seconds and then going forward?
Look
Because I
close.
feel as though they took out the drop here, but I can't quite tell.
Well, let's
Let's see. She kind of has the ice and like how it moves across the beams there.
I think there's a little drop. Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it's right there.
Yep, it's definitely there. Okay.
Yeah, man, I
I
love
was
how
gonna
we're
say,
kind
it
of.
didn't make sense to take it out. I just couldn't see it.
Uh-huh.
I like how we're adjusting back. We don't know quite where we are because we just went through this pathway. Now we're in a
Yeah.
whole different section of it, and yeah, that's really neat.
This is probably the weakest sequence of the ride.
Ooh, you
'Cause
think?
it's just
They
a bunch
could-
of projections.
Exactly. They could have done
Yeah.
so much more with it instead they have like a hallway of screens.
But
that
I do
don't really
like
show
how
anything.
I do like how it's like a big ice palace almost.
Yeah,
Like, you
I
don't
like
see it
I
being
like it more
created
than you
here. I
guys
like
do.
that.
And I really like the way it ends. I just think that they could have done something more with this because there was a full show scene here.
Yeah,
Well-
with the trolls and everything. Right.
No, the trolls was where Elsa was.
Mm-hmm.
This was the Arctic, and there was polar bears and puffins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. That
Well,
was like a
yeah.
big show scene.
Well, let me address my two gripes with this ride. As much as I really do like it, I mean, it's kind of leading to the end here, which is one of my gripes. I think the
I love
end's a
this
little.
part, though. Sorry.
I
to
love
interrupt.
that. I love that plume of ice too, man. I love it so much. But I think the end's a little abrupt because I kind of it's cool, but I think after we get this next set, I just think it ends. Doesn't feel
So
like
I was
oh,
really
oh,
happy. Like, I'm not a big fan of Frozen Fever, but I was happy to see the snow babies.
Yeah, the snow minis are awesome, and seeing Marshmallow here, I mean that's cool. It's also feeding that idea they're hanging around the ice castle, and that's really
I
cool.
don't quite get this scene.
Neither do I.
Well, no, they're
Marshmallow
all-
just kind of shows up. He says, "I'm free," and then blows ice.
I don't know.
I
What
thought
is
he'd
the
have some
lead
kind
from?
of movement, like you'd see him there and then he'd get up or something.
Yeah, it
Maybe
seems
just-
like it should, and maybe it will. Because I know that they had some problems with this, like to the point where this almost didn't open today. But maybe that'll happen later in the future. But
Well, I don't quite know what to say about the whole "I'm free" line. I don't know what to make of that.
I thought he said "my friends." That's what I heard.
Oh, I don't
Again,
know. I
I
might have
thought it said
misheard.
like my friends,
on.
because remember he bonds with these guys after at the end of the Frozen short. At the end of the Frozen
It's-
Fever, it's like he meets all these guys, and I assume this would be the payoff. Like, hey, he's befriended these little guys. That's cute.
It's still a weird scene to me.
He looks all happy, like my
It
friend.
looks really good, though. You've got.
It does. No,
Look
it
at all
looks
those
great. It's just a
animatronics.
weird scene.
Yeah.
I think maybe this would have looked good in the projection scene before,
I could see that. I
and
could
maybe
see that.
something else here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so every time I've seen the POV of this ride online, the song. My other gripe is that the songs sound like the way the songs kind of run together. They kind of play over each other. That's just the audio of what I've heard. So I wouldn't judge the ride by it. I'm just judging the recordings by that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And the other thing, there's after this great thing we see coming up, I really do like kind of this little homage to Frozen Fever after we kind of make our kind of cool wild ride here. So,
Right,
yeah, Aaron,
right.
you know, looks really nice. After we get
Yeah,
like
that's
kind of the Frozen Fever moments, or Olaf singing, in summer.
Oh, those are from Maelstrom.
The puffins.
Yeah, the puffins.
Wait. Let me go back.
Hey, a little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Muffins.
You got to keep something from every Disney ride has something that's
Like the poo has the animal heads.
right.
Yeah.
Moose heads.
Mr. Toad has. Oh, it pisses me off, but it's Pooh signing the deed to Toad Hall.
No, it's Toad giving the deed to Al.
Oh, okay.
And then there's another picture of Molly posing with someone. It might be Al, it might be Pooh, I don't remember.
Okay.
The scene is missing one thing.
What?
An oil rig.
Yeah, the oil rig was really cool looking.
That was just a weird scene. Yeah, there's like this beautiful scene with like Grieg playing, and there's a weird like tree troll, and then suddenly you're in the North Sea, and there's an oil rig.
See, this is what bugs me. Is I love this scene again. I love the two sisters bonding, and Olaf singing one of the really cool songs in that movie. It's looking great, but I feel this is what the ride's been building to. I think there should be like a little something after it, just kind of then ends. You know?
Yeah, it's weird.
I
It's
agree.
a weird ending.
'Cause, I mean, this is what it's been building to. Like the fact you're going to see these two, celebrations have opened up the castle, you've explored it, and just like it's like this is fun. They're holding hands. It's all nicey nice. I love it. But just it's
No,
missing something.
This is also the scene with the worst face mapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
'Cause
won't argue with that.
You can soup like the backlighting's like a little too far up,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
I know this sounds simple. I love the fact the sisters are singing Olaf's song together, and I think that's so cute.
I do enjoy that, especially the.
Tiki, you there?
Yeah, I like that moment where it's like, put me in summer and I'll be a happy snowman.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's so like these two. It harkens back to the beginning of Frozen, where they created Olaf and they're bonding over him together. I think it's a great little full circle moment.
I hear
Nice.
you.
Just the two sisters bonding. That's a little glimpse of Frozen 2 we do give. Like now they're going to be on the same page, going to be all nice and as like the short. It fills me full of hope there. I like that.
Okay.
Am I the only one who thinks there is a little bit too much Olaf in this ride? I mean,
But
I mean,
he's
what do you
kind of the
expect?
marketable character in the movie.
Yeah.
yeah, but so I guess I'm the only one who thinks that then.
It was only in
No.
3 spots.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Sandy, but at the same time, it's kind of like he's at the beginning, middle, and end. So it's like Olaf is kind of like our guide because we see him at the beginning and he's like, "Come with us to Elsa's ice palace," So that's kind of how I take him. He's almost kind of like the Brer Rabbit of this ride.
And again, I'm really hoping that in Frozen 2, he's gonna be like the bar. He's gonna be watching over the snow palace when the people come by. He's gonna be like the bartender for all the snowmen,
Oh, God.
or he's gonna be like not the bartender. The guy who runs the place, but bartender's like a funny like a snowman hangout. He'd be like kind of the Norm. The guy saying Norm to everyone. He's being kind of like the pleasant greeter of the snow palace. He'd run the place, Olaf.
All right, so that's about it, guys. Any final thoughts?
It's a lot of fun. I really like it. It's amazing animatronics. I can watch it a few times. I'd like to go on the ride, actually, but we'll see how that goes. But again, I'm not attached to the ride, but I have a lot of reverence for it. I like it. Like Frozen, it's probably why I like this, but still, amazing ride. It seems like a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm certainly glad they made another dark ride. I'm really glad because I am very proud to say that I saw this in theaters, and now they made a dark ride out of it. I don't know when the last time they did that was. Can someone help me out there?
Wait, what do you mean?
Dinosaurs?
Like last Disney cartoon they did.
Little Mermaid, Monsters Inc.
Yeah. When was Little Mermaid?
2011.
Oh, wow.
12?
I want
13.
to say 12. I want to say 12 for
Well,
these
wait. When you
years.
say most recent, do you mean like coming from like after the movie was put out in theaters, then it was made into a ride, or do you mean just like?
Yeah. Just like from.
I think Dinosaurs was the fastest turnaround if you count that.
Monsters Inc. was a pretty fast turnaround.
Yeah, Monsters Inc. was fast, yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, okay.
I'll have the ride either way. That's all
And
I can say.
Dinosaur predates Dinosaur the movie.
Okay, never mind.
It
You're
does,
right.
it does,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I forgot about it. There you go. Well, the movie's very forgettable. Let's click that.
Well, Captain Jack Sparrow in Shanghai Disney had his time, but now I think that great honor has been given to the animatronic of Olaf in the beginning of this ride.
Yeah.
I just wish this ride wasn't at Epcot.
No, I know.
They could have done so much more with this had it not been constrained to Maelstrom.
Right.
I
right.
wish it was in just Disney World or MGM, one of those two, or Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. It's kind of incredible because it feels like that Disney had no faith in this, and it was like, let's shit out a ride, we'll make billions. But the people they put behind it for some reason cared enough to make it far surpass what Disney expected it to.
It ended up being
totally.
the golden turd from American Dad. It's
Yes.
it's solid gold.
Just without
not
the
one
killing.
piece of it.
But this somehow worked, and it shouldn't have, because Disney doesn't seem to have put the faith into it. But yeah, it works somehow, and I wish we didn't lose Maelstrom to it, or anything of
ask you something.
Epcot. Yes.
Oh yeah, you guys might be more the kind of guys to go to on this.
One
Do
question.
you think they'll in response to the success of this ride, or like if this ride gets a lot of success, you think they're going to maybe build it in Disney World?
They wouldn't
In
build
Magic
it in the
Kingdom?
Magic Kingdom. They might.
That's what I
build
mean.
it
You think so? They
Maybe
wouldn't
in-
California Adventure.
Maybe in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Okay, land, but
I don't
probably
know.
not.
I don't know where they'd have the space for it in Disneyland, though.
I wasn't
unless
sure
they-
if there'd be space in the back of. Well, I mean, theoretically, they could close Toontown and retheme it
they
Oh,
could-
don't close Toontown.
as a Fantasyland. Like, I don't support that, but if they wanted to expand Fantasyland, it would make sense to close Toontown.
Or
I'm
there's
just curious because it seems
there's
now it
always
seems
the motorboat docks, the little motorboats,
Yeah.
not the little motorboats.
That's
There's
the
little
one or two over in
motorboats.
Tomorrowland, doesn't it?
No, it's right over by. It's right in between Matterhorn and the Sub Lagoon. It's right
Yeah,
there
that's
in
what I
that
mean.
area. No,
I'm just curious, but that's all.
all right. Well, guys, I kind of got to go, so I guess that's it. So thanks for joining us, and hopefully at least a couple of you will have a chance to go on this. I probably won't for a long time, but I digress. So
I won't until March.
all right, fair enough. But you will
Sorry.
be at Disneyland in 4 weeks.
That is correct.
Okay. So I guess to tap it all off, see you guys later. I don't know what else.
Time to build a snowman.
Bye. Leave.
You want to build a snowman?
This is the end. Get out.
Yes.